Dari segi presentasi saya tidak ingin ngasih komentar karena keren, bagus. Hampir tidak ada salahnya. Mayoritas ada latar belakangnya, mayoritas ada background dari interview, itu bagus sekali ya. Karena tidak boleh mengarang. Kemudian isinya secara umum juga tidak perlu dikomentari karena banyak gambaran metodenya yang jelas. Jadi nggak ada yang dikomentari karena 99% benar semua yang sudah disampaikan.
That I think it's the theory of Muspira 2020 that explain
research. I took a theory from Elbow's development model of writing.
Last but not least, our last speaker, Ernita Nurmaulidika. I'm just gonna give the floor to you.
And there are several points that I'll share.
And to make our discussion becomes richer, I'm gonna open question and answer portions by mentioning your names and mentions your group number. So I open the questions. Everyone's.
May I?
Yeah.
Sophie, I'm from group 4. I would like to ask a question to Diki.
Maybe since it's about the speaking, maybe we need of.
Yeah.
My name is Eka Wastu from group 3.
Maybe Diki Haryadi want to answer Sophie's questions.
Okay, I will answer Sophie's question.
I have questions.
All right. Please mention your name and your group's number.
Okay. My name is Nurhaya Sabil.
Keren-keren semua ya hari ini ya. Apa ya penyebabnya ya? Kok jadi keren banget ya hari ini ya?
Okay, and thanks to moderator, you given me to opportunity to ask my research proposal today, and in here I wanna share about several points. And the first one I will explain background, solution, title, and research question. And the second I will explain theory, methodology, and relevant studies. To the last. Okay. I will start for background, based on the experience of interview that I did during 3 weeks ago with an English teacher. Name is Jumia. I got some problem, especially in speaking ability, and also less interested in speaking because the situation at this time that is affected the student KKM score in speaking. And after that, I'm making a solution. The solution is I use technique storytelling to improve speaking and also to solve this problem. Okay, and after I got the problem like this, I finding research question. Two research question. The first, how to improve the speaking skill of 70 grade student at SMP Negeri 2 Muara Jawa. Itu salah buat SMP Negeri 2 Muara Jawa. Storytelling technique, and two, how to use of storytelling can increase in speaking English. And the title is the use of technique storytelling to improving speaking ability student for the 7th grade in junior high school to Muara Jawa. Okay. Lagi Pat. Sorry, back to story. Okay, and in here I'm choose the theory from Muspira or Takyatun Muspira. You can look at the profile in internet or Google. And she has many theories about storytelling, and she has also either published book and some article that I think is the theory of Mospira 2020 that explain the purpose of storytelling is develop some effects that are linked with development, social, emotion, cognitive, and moral, which is the consist with research problem. Okay, and in here for research methodology, using CAR, classroom explanation. This research used by chemists and MC Tagar, classroom action research model. In here for 5 steps are planning, action, observation, and reflection. Okay, and I talk for instrument using ACAD and observation and test speaking. moving angkat. And for relevant studies, so for the relevant studies, I talked to journal about storytelling, and the first is Panitia Eva Kusdiana and Dewi Anggana Linggar Baharati of International Journal of Linguistics and Literature. And the title is Improving Student Motivation in Speaking Ability by Using Storytelling in year 2016. And the difference is that there are a problem between motivation, and I am interested in this. The difference too in the situation that time and flash, and it's the doing before the pandemic. And the relevant studies too, I took the journal from Ismail Jarbates, Amin Sid, and Professor Sazadi. The title is The Effect of Storytelling Technique on Speaking Ability of Family Iranian Intermediate EVL Learner. And for the different journal is the subject is Ireland, and my subject is student 7th grade. And situation and also time and place, I want to do research with storytelling technique on the situation right now, because the problem like that I choose. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. That's all for my sharing and research proposal. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, dear Savitri, for such amazing presentations. We're gonna continuing to our third speaker. Hani Handayani will present her materials. Hani Handayani, time is yours.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity that has given for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming for this presentation. I'm glad to see you all. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Hani Handayani. I'm from English Education Department. And in this section, I would like to present my proposal with the title is The Implementation of Rewriting Technique to Improve Students' Writing Skill in the Context. For the first, I will explain the introduction of research background. We know that writing skill is one of important skill in learning language because it has very function. However, when the student writes need how mastery of English, such as vocabulary, grammar, function, capitalization, spelling, and the paragraph development. So writing is one of the skills that should be mastered by English project language students, especially for junior high school students. The standard competence in writing skill, there are some texts which have to be mastered. One of the texts is the context. The kind of text that social function to retell even for the purpose of informing and entertaining. And writing skill will help students to master the other skill. However, most of students have low writing ability. Based on my observation, the kind of recontext is also being a writing problem of the student in SMP 1 Sangatta Selatan. The students have very low in writing because have difficulties in finding and developing their ideas in writing. And according to the English teacher, the students motivated in writing is categorized low because they also have low English vocabulary and often make mistakes in word choice, especially in the context. So to solve the problem, I choose free writing technique. Free writing technique is one of writing technique that is used in free writing activity. According to Lee in 2007, said that the theoretical of free writing is based on Abelow's development model of writing, which views writing as a process of learning and growing during which thinking is stimulated, enhanced, and expressed. The point that free writing is a matter how writing is processed in the student's mind to produce ideas. Free writing is the technique that are comfortable for the student with writing activity, interesting, and can build their confidence in writing. So from the research background, I formulate some research questions that are first, how the implementation of free writing technique can improve student writing skill in a context. Second is how the improvement of student writing skill by using free writing technique. And the last is how the effectiveness of free writing technique can improve student writing ability. Okay. Next, I will explain the literature review. In this research, I took a theory from Abelow's development model of writing in 1980 that said one way to improve writing skill is practice to do free writing precisely, and it also can be useful in order to help students start to write. So, and in my research, continue to the chapter 3 is research methodology. The research design is classroom action research, or CAR, that consists of planning, implementation of rewriting technique, reflection, and evaluation. And the research used is mixed method that includes qualitative based on observation and documentation, that from the data collected in quantitative based on the result of implementation with the average score. In short, the use of rewriting technique will improve the students' writing ability in the context with the implementation in the classroom action research designed based on the observation and documentation. We also can see the exchange part in every cycle part in the use of free writing technique to improve student writing skill in the context. I think that's all from me. Thank you for good attention. Let's I say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm waiting to
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
All right, thank you so much, Hani Handayani, for such amazing presentations. Last but not least, our last speaker, Ernita Nurmaulidika. I just gonna give the floor to you.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Hello everyone, my name is Ernita Nurmaulidika. Thank you for the opportunity that has given to me. Thank you to the moderator for the opportunity. Today I'll be sharing my proposal, and there are several points that I'll share. First, I'll explain the problem, and second, I will explain the research question. And the third is the technique or method I use in this research. Fourth is the research methodology. Fifth, the research instrument. And the last, I'll explain the relevant study that I use in this research proposal. Okay, I will start with the problems. The problems that I using in this proposal is about listening skills in SMA 2 Sendawar. I got this problem by interviewing the student of 11th grade at SMA 2 Sendawar. From the interview, I got the problem that students difficult to understand the main topic from the speaker. They are constrained by accent from native speaker. And in their context, the reality of teaching still far from the listening still far from the expectation. So there are some reasons why students face difficult in the listening aspect. First, English is a foreign language. English is a foreign language which is hardly used by students, and then listening material are also mostly use different accent, different idioms, and uncommon vocabulary. So nowadays, from the background above or from the problem, that my title is using podcast to improve students' listening skill of 11th grade at SMA 2 Sendawar in the academic year 2020 and 2020 and 2021. So the reason why I choose this topic are because nowadays the reason why I choosing this topic, because like I said before, listening is one of the input that can one of the input that must be mastered by students. So with those problems, the research question that I use in this proposal are how is the implementation of podcast improving student listening skill at SMA and 2 Sendawar, and the second one is how is podcast improvement student listening skill at SMA and 2 Sendawar. Next, this research will using podcast audio. The theory that I use in this proposal is I quote that the theory from Margaret Harley in her article Authentic Material, how to teach English using radio or podcast. In her article, she explained that using podcast and radio in learning, especially for non-native speaker, will be more practical and fun. Therefore, the use of podcast in listening learning will make it easier for students to receive material and understand the listening texts that are given. And then next, the research methodology that I use in this proposal. This research is using that classroom action research is a method of finding out what works best in your own classroom so that you can improve student learning. So there are many ways to improve knowledge about teaching. Many teachers practical personal reflection on teaching. So my research will consist of 4 steps, namely planning, action, observation, and reflection. And then the research instrument will consist by testing, which written testing of listening task. Next is the relevant study. The relevant study I took from Fitratun Nisa thesis. From the title is Improving Student Listening Skill Through Podcast of 11th grade at SMK Tritage Informatika Medan in the academic year 2018-2019, and the second from Ramli's article in Ponelt 2017 with the title The Use of Podcast to Improve Students' Listening and Speaking Skill for EFL Learners. So they found out that using podcast is an effective and very useful tool in helping students become proficient in language skill such as listening. And the last one is conclusion. Listening is essential in the language classroom because it provides input for the learners, so that we must improve it. So podcast is the one of effective to develop English proficiency because podcast can be viewed or listened using portable digital media players. Also can be accessed easily and quickly by the learners. So it's very useful to help students in language skill, especially in. I think that's all from me. Back to the moderator. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much for our all amazing 4 speakers. You are guys the best. And to make our discussion becomes richer, I'm gonna open question and answer portions. All participants can delivering your questions to our speakers by mentioning your names and mentions your group number. So I open the questions. Everyone's.
Okay. May I?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, moderator. I'm Sophie. I'm from Group 4. I would like to ask a question to Diki. By his explanation, I got really interested in his research and also the way he explained his research about, if I'm not mistaken, it's about provide reciprocal teaching method in Man 1 Bontang. Okay, so in his research, he mentioned that he provide a reciprocal method to make the student more active and creative. But we also know that the reciprocal is very general. I would like to ask that what kind of reciprocal method? I mean, like, do you have any specific activity that related to reciprocal method when you provide the students to increase their creative and also their activeness? I think that's it. Thank you.
All right, the questions from group Sophie from group 4. The questions is in Dicky's proposal. He mentioned the reciprocal teaching methods. So the question is, what kind of reciprocal teaching methods specifically? So maybe you can explain more. You're gonna Dicky ready? Want to answer or gonna continuing?
Give me some minute to answer.
All right.
Can I?
Okay. Group 4 has given the questions. So I given the opportunity to our the other groups. Group 1, group 3, group 4, or group 5. All right.
I have a question, but I'm from group 4 as well as Sophie. Is it okay?
Okay, I think.
Okay, the question for Dia Sapitri, you just mentioned the title of your research is there is a key improving, and we know that when we use improving terms means that it takes a long period to do the research, and then maybe since it's about the speaking, maybe we need of at least four cycles, but you didn't mention about the pre-teaching activity, while teaching activity, and post-teaching activity. Like I said before, you use the term improving, so I just want to know what kind of pre-teaching activity and the post-teaching activity you will deliver to the class.
All right. Yes, if you want to answer the questions, or you need more times.
Yeah, do you get the point?
Yes.
Or should I translate it?
I think Dia Sapitri having bad services. I think just continuing, but I already noted the questions.
Okay.
Okay. Just gonna give the opportunity to the other groups to delivering the questions.
Hadley, can I ask?
Yes.
I'm from group 3.
Yeah.
My name is Eka Wastu from group 3, and my question is, I want to ask to Ernita, what makes you believe that using podcast is an effective way of developing students' English skill, even though there is YouTube that is more make student interesting. Thank you.
All right. The questions from Wastu to Anita. What makes you believe that your method is effective even though we have YouTube's, right? Okay. Anita, you wanna answer the question directly, or you need more times?
I need a little bit time for answering.
All right. Group 4 has given the questions. Group 3 also have given the questions. Group 1, do you have any questions for our speakers? No? Okay, no questions anymore. Yeah? So, all right, so I just gonna give the opportunity to Dicky to answer Sophie's questions. What kinds of receptacles method that you mentioned? Please explain specifically. Dicky already, did you get the answers? Okay. To Anita, you want to answer the what's this questions? What makes you believe that your method is effective even though we have YouTube?
I think I want to.
Okay.
Siapa ini?
Anita go first.
Oh ya, Anita dulu.
Anita go first.
I'll try to answer. Okay. May I use bahasa?
Yeah, you may.
Okay. Mengapa saya yakin untuk mengambil podcast ini sebagai metode untuk menyelesaikan masalah ini? Karena sebelumnya saya terinspirasi dari beberapa podcast yang mungkin ada teman-teman juga dari teman-teman di sini juga ada membuat podcast. Menurut saya itu menarik, dan podcast itu tidak hanya untuk didengar tapi juga bisa dilihat gitu. Jadi Jadi podcast itu ada juga yang ada di beberapa sosial media termasuk YouTube. Jadi YouTube itu termasuk di dalam jadi podcast itu sudah ada juga di YouTube gitu. Kenapa saya yakin sekali? Karena juga berdasarkan beberapa artikel yang sudah saya baca dan juga beberapa peneliti yang sudah meneliti tentang podcast ini, bahwa podcast itu merupakan salah satu media yang cocok untuk listening karena mungkin lebih mudah diakses dan juga bahasanya juga lebih santai dan lebih ringan, jadi siswa lebih mudah mengerti bahasa dari native speaker, seperti itu. Mungkin itu dari saya.
To SK-Wastu, do you have any feedbacks to Anita's answer?
Berarti yang dimaksud podcast di sini nggak cuma dari radio ya, dari YouTube, bahkan dari sosial media lain juga bisa gitu.
Iya.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so
Can
much.
I add some
Yeah.
question for Ernita?
Yeah.
Anu, do you have any criteria? What kind of podcast that will fit well to the class?
What?
Kriteria podcast kan beragam tuh. Podcast yang bagaimana yang bisa dimasukkan ke penelitiannya?
The questions from Reja to Ernita. Do you have any criteria of proper podcasts that may use in your proposals? You get the points? You need more times?
I need a little bit.
Alright, I just sent the questions. Maybe Deki Haryadi want to answer Sophie's questions?
Okay, I will answer Sophie's question. They ask the question is reciprocal teaching method. What kind of reciprocal method that you mention your specific activities? Ya, jadi the meaning of free or be creative in my proposal, it's mean the student is bebas dan be free and creative of how they convey the material that been given from the teacher, from the way he's spoken to them, because basically what I understand about the meaning of reciprocal strategy is the strategy that student act as a teacher to replace the role of teacher. to teach their friends. Seperti itu. For the meaning is be free and creative is the way how they tell the material, they convey the material. I hope that's answer your question.
From Dikis answers to Sophie, do you have any feedbacks?
Yeah, thank you. Because in the beginning, you just mentioned like I provide reciprocal method. So when it comes to method, I directly think that this must be an activity or something that we do in class. But you already explained in your answer. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the answer and for the questions. To Dia Savitri, do you want to answer the questions from Reja? What kind of pre-activities and post-activities in your proposals? Even though we all know the increasing need more times, please explain.
Okay, I wanna answer the Reja's question. Okay, and
you may. Yes, you may.
And kan saya belum terlalu tahu, jadi masih menjelaskan gambarannya aja gitu. Untuk pop test dan pretestnya nanti pakainya tuh angket untuk pertanyaan siswanya per siklusnya nanti. Terus apa lagi tadi pertanyaan Reza lagi?
What kind of pre-activities and post-activities in your proposals?
Ya, nanti menggunakan angket untuk pertanyaan per siklus siswanya. Kemudian media nanti ditunjang sama media. Medianya itu baik nanti berupa audio atau PowerPoint untuk melihat speaking ability-nya siswa. Untuk sirkusnya nanti ada 8 pertemuan satu sirkusnya. Kalau misalnya belum meningkat, baru nanti dibuat siklus berikutnya. Jadi setiap pertemuan itu ada 16. Mungkin enough for me. Itu aja.
From the answer, how about Reja? Do you have any feedbacks or needs more explanations?
Actually, that's not the answer for my question because I didn't ask about the test, pre-test or post-test, but about pre-teaching activity and post-teaching activity. Jadi kalau yang Cukai kasih tahu kan mendiagnosa pakai tes kan, pakai kuesioner dan macam-macam. Tapi kalau yang saya tuh nanti pre-teachingnya nanti teacher ngapain pertama kasih gambar atau apa gitu. Nanti setelah itu gurunya ngapain gitu. Gurunya nanti kalau itu yang pre-teachingnya, terus nanti post-teachingnya ngapain gurunya gitu. Nanti mungkin gurunya ngasih ngasih beberapa topik atau tema gitu, atau ngasih beberapa waktu ke student buat bikin cerita setelah dibacakan storytelling gitu. Itu sih tambahan dari saya.
Oke. Dia seperti want to answer pertanyaan dari Reja. Aktivitas apa yang sebelum guru lakukan sebelum masuk kelas dan setelah masuk kelas dalam proposal Anda?
Sebelum masuk kelas nanti tuh kayaknya ceritakannya itu kayaknya nanti tentang pengalaman pribadi. Tapi sebelum itu saya kasih soal dulu, baru nanti sudah selesai tentang questionnya, baru saya kasih metode untuk baru disuruh storytelling tentang menceritakannya, bisa menceritakan diri sendiri tentang pengalaman. Nanti storytellingnya digunakan itu. Baru nanti pas akhir kegiatan baru nanti dites lagi apakah yang storytelling, yang teknik storytellingnya saya itu bisa meningkat. Itu aja sih. Gak bisa kasih gambaran lebih sih.
Oke. Ya.
Soalnya
Oke, it's okay. All right. Thank you. Continuing to Ernita. The question from Reja: do you have any criteria of proper podcast that may use in your proposals?
Yes, maybe that I use in my proposal that English podcast yang versi Amerika, karena seperti yang kita ketahui kita kan bukan native speaker, dan kebanyakan dari pelajar itu lebih cenderung ke American version gitu ya, atau American accent gitu. Jadi nanti juga di dalam kelas itu mungkin nggak hanya audio, ini mungkin nyambung sama pertanyaan Mas tuh, nggak hanya audio tapi juga nanti ada berupa visualnya, jadi itu akan ada variasi belajar, dan itu akan lebih mungkin memudahkan siswa untuk mengerti bahasa, atau untuk mengerti apa yang dibicarakan di dalam podcast tersebut. Jadi yang podcastnya itu lebih ke English podcast yang American version mungkin. Yeah.
Alright, that's the answer. How Reja Ramans? You wanna add?
Makes sense, thank you. That's a good answer. Thank you. Kalian keren-keren ya, kayaknya udah proposal semua nih.
Thank you so much for the prize. Do you guys have any more questions to our speaker? No?
I have questions.
All right. Please mention your name and your group's number.
Okay. My name is Nurhaya Sabil. I want to ask Dia Safitri. Why do you certain storytelling as your suitable method on improving speaking skills, and how do you relate it to the car model you want to implement?
Nurhaliza Sabir, I think you having bad surprises. Would you like to repeat your questions, please, more slowly?
Okay. Why do you certain? Okay, paham gak, Kai?
Paham. Gak usah di-repeat kok.
Alright.
I speak bahasa ya, Zak. Soalnya agak susah jelasin. Kenapa I choose the storytelling? Because tadi kan the problemnya kita dapat tentang susah kemampuan bahasa. Terus karena pandemi mereka itu minat atau interested tentang speaking ability-nya tuh kurang gitu. Makanya untuk nilai KKM-nya untuk speaking score-nya itu agak di bawah rata-rata. Itu yang saya dapat itu dari documentation hasil rapot. Jadi saya mencari hal teknik yang bisa meningkatkan speaking siswa sekaligus untuk emotion siswa berdasarkan dari teori yang saya ajukan tadi, Muspiro 2005, bahwa di situ selain untuk mengembangkan bahasa, di teori itu juga banyak aspeknya gitu kan, masuk ke language juga bahasa masuk tadi, sosial juga masuk, dan juga emotion, oke? Karena di saat kita melakukan bercerita, biasanya anak-anak tuh dapatkan feel-nya, apalagi kan kalau misalnya cerita yang kita persembahkan itu legenda kan, baru mereka disuruh menceritakan kembali. Nah itu, terus tuh how do you relate kan, bagaimana mengaitkannya ke car model yang I think itu same sih sama kayak yang Reja tadi saya bilang, cuma saya belum terlalu net spesifik gitu karena saya belum melakukan. Jadi saya masih menganalisis untuk jalannya nanti seperti itu pakai potes pretest dan juga kegiatan ada storytelling tadi. Dan yang saya pilih tadi tuh kalau misalnya 2 sirkus itu 16 pertemuan, kalau misalnya 1 sirkus saja ada 8 pertemuan. Ya memang itu lebih banyak more time sih. Itu aja, I think that's all for Liza.
That's the answer?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the answer and for the questions. Do you guys have any other questions? No? If there's no questions, I will close these meetings. First of all, thank you so much for thank you so much for Dr. Umar Fauzi, SPD, MPD, for giving us opportunities today. And hopefully, guys, by the end of our simulations, you may use the insight from our speaker and gain some knowledge and wisdom, and maybe use in order to use and transform the insights into actions. And hopefully, we be able to have our real proposals in next semester. I think that's all for us. Please give the virtual applause for our speakers today.
Yeah, virtual applause.
Thank you so much, and that's all. I think I'm just gonna give back to our lecture, Dr. Umar Fauzi.
Okay, that's great. Give virtual applause again to Fadli and all speakers. That's nice, amazing presentation. Saya setuju dengan siapa tadi ya? Reza, the closing statement of Reza. Keren-keren semua ya hari ini ya. Apa ya penyebabnya ya? Kok jadi keren banget ya hari ini ya? Apa karena suasananya libur Lebaran? Kalau kita bandingkan situasinya dengan beberapa waktu lalu awal semester, situasi hari ini jauh sangat bagus banget sekali. Malah yang cukup mengherankan Diki ya. Diki biasanya pendiam, tidak banyak berbicara. Hari ini banyak materi yang bagus sekali dari Diki. Saya juga agak appreciate. Bukan agak ya, sangat appreciate dengan Diki, dan persiapannya bagus berarti. Ternyata kalau persiapannya bagus jadi lancar ya. Tidak cuma Diki sebenarnya ya, all presenters semuanya bagus. Kalau dia memang terbiasa berbicara, terus Fadli juga terbiasa. Tapi kalau Diki kan jarang ya. Tapi sehingga ketika dia berbicara dan bagus itu kan agak shock juga. Shock dalam arti yang positif ya, Diki ya. Itu kalau bisa dijaga bagus sekali. Artinya semua mahasiswa ternyata bisa dengan sangat baik menyajikan sesuatu yang dipersiapkan dengan baik sekali. Dan salutnya lagi presentasi hari ini tidak ada yang sama materinya dengan pertemuan yang terakhir. Tidak menggunakan teknik, metode atau strategi yang sama dengan yang sudah disampaikan di pertemuan terakhir. Hari ini relatif baru semua. Ada podcast, ada storytelling, ada reciprocal teaching strategy, ada free writing tadi itu, dan itu tidak mengulang ya, bagus sekali, keren. Saya setuju sekali dengan Reza. Tapi ini jadi beban untuk kelompok 345 ya rasanya, karena 345 usahakan jangan sama teaching strategi, teknik atau metodenya dengan yang sudah disampaikan. Nah ini jadi beban ini, jadi kalian harus banyak hunting, writing, jangan pakai storytelling lagi, kan sudah disampaikan sama dia. Kemudian free writing jangan dipakai lagi, kan sudah disampaikan tadi sama siapa ya? Ernita ya? Lupa saya. Kemudian reciprocal jangan lagi disampaikan, kan sudah disampaikan sama Diki. Jadi jangan diulang ya untuk yang akan datang. Nah ini tugas yang belum maju berarti. Yang belum maju presentasi tugasnya mencari metode, teknik, strategis yang belum disampaikan oleh teman-teman di presentasi sebelumnya. Tapi hikmahnya adalah kalian bisa membayangkan kalian akan punya banyak sekali metode teknik yang menjadi wawasan kalian dalam mengajar bahasa Inggris untuk masing-masing skillnya. Dari segi presentasi saya tidak ingin ngasih komentar karena keren, bagus. Hampir tidak ada salahnya. Mayoritas ada latar belakangnya, mayoritas ada background dari interview, itu bagus sekali ya. Karena CAR tidak boleh mengarang. CAR harus berdasarkan sumber real. Dan alhamdulillah teman-teman ternyata tanya sama gurunya ya, itu bagus sekali. Mayoritas tadi nanya sama gurunya, wawancara gurunya, dan menanyakan skill yang bermasalah di mana dan dapat data yang real, itu keren, itu bagus. Itu dasarnya CAR. Kemudian isinya secara umum juga tidak perlu dikomentari karena banyak sekali, hampir semuanya tadi yang presentasi memberikan teori, memberikan relevant studies, memberikan gambaran metode yang jelas. Jadi nggak ada yang dikomentari karena 99% benar semua yang sudah disampaikan. Saya membayangkan sebenarnya hari ini proposal ya sebenarnya ya, bukan simulasi ya. Hari ini persis seperti proposal yang real, di mana presentasi disampaikan dengan sangat baik dan banyak juga yang bertanya. Begitu, itu persis seperti proposal. Tapi memang tugas Diki menjadi agak sedikit lebih menantang karena reciprocal teaching strategi itu biasanya untuk reading biasanya ya Diki ya. Tapi tetap untuk speaking bisa dipakai. Makanya tadi Sofi nanya bagaimana cara melakukannya, itu betul pertanyaannya. Sebab biasanya untuk teaching, reading, tapi kok ke speaking nggak ada masalah sih. Memang speaking juga, cuman jarang begitu ya. Jadi si Diki kalau memang mau melanjutkan ini bisa harus apa ya? Harus memperhatikan lagi yang khusus speaking. Nah, begitu. Terus kalau untuk presentasi kan saya tidak perlu komentar ya karena memang bagus ya. Saya tidak ada ya, hampir tidak ada yang bisa disalahkan atau yang dikomentari salah, hampir tidak ada. Tapi mungkin untuk sesi tanya jawab beberapa bisa menjawab dengan baik meskipun takes time ya, perlu waktu mikir ya. Mikir lagi. Nah, itu saya kira wajar ya karena persiapan kalian itu kan untuk presentasi ya, bukan untuk menjawab pertanyaan teman ya. Jadi wajar kalau kelabakan ketika mendapatkan pertanyaan yang tidak terduga. Nah, itu banyak pertanyaan yang tidak terduga dan beberapa dari kalian kerepotan tadi untuk menjawabnya. Wajar ya, karena memang persiapannya untuk presentasi ya, bukan untuk tanya jawab ya, jadi wajar. Hal lain yang perlu dikomentari adalah, apalagi yang belum dikomentari ya, secara umum sudah nggak perlu dikomentari. Oke, begini secara umum sekarang. Ternyata kelas, kalian belajar CAR itu, kalian belajar Classroom Action Research dengan sungguh-sungguh, dengan betul-betul mempelajari metodenya, tekniknya, strategi mengajar skill tertentu, dengan cara berkenalan dengan CAR, dengan cara berkenalan dengan bagaimana melihat problemnya siswa. Itu mirip ketika salah satu di antara kalian mendekati teman kalian. Nah, misalnya Reza misalnya Iqbal mendekati Nurhalizah misalnya nih si Iqbal mendekati WA tiap malam, SMS, ngajak makan, ngajak traktir dan seterusnya ya, mencoba kenal akrab dengan dia. Pertanyaannya adalah apakah Iqbal dan Nurhalizah jadian? Kan belum tentu kan. Jadi maksud saya adalah berkenalan dengan seseorang secara mendalam itu bagus, mempelajari ilmu secara mendalam bagus, tapi seandainya kalian nanti tidak mau melakukan karya tidak ada masalah. Yang penting kalian akan punya ilmu baru tentang banyak hal. Contohnya ya. Tadi siapa yang storytelling tadi ya? Speaking dengan storytelling tadi siapa ya?
Iya, Sapitri.
Oh, dia. Misalnya. Jadi kelas hanya dengan topik speaking dengan keyword speaking dan storytelling, sebenarnya kalian bisa membuat 4 skripsi loh. Sebenarnya ya. 4 opsi skripsi. Skripsi pertama, kalian mengerjakan sendiri, temanya speaking, mengajarkan speaking dengan storytelling. Jika kalian yang melakukan sendiri, kalian terjun ke lapangan sendiri, itu disebut dengan penelitian Classroom Action Research, ya kan? Ada masalah, lalu kalian masuk ke speaking dan mengajar menggunakan storytelling. Itu menjadi penelitian CAR, itu 1 skripsi. Opsi skripsi yang kedua, kalian bisa masuk ngambil tema teaching speakingnya. Jadi kalian memperhatikan seseorang guru yang mengajar speaking. Kalian tinggal mengamati bagaimana cara dia mengajar speaking. Nah, itu jadi skripsi yang kedua. Opsi yang ketiga, jika kalian mengetahui ada seorang guru yang mengajarkan storytelling di kelas speaking, kalian juga bisa meneliti dan membuat skripsi. Topiknya adalah using storytelling in the teaching of speaking. Nah, itu skripsi yang ketiga. Skripsi yang keempat, jika kalian pernah mendengar teori tentang mengajar speaking, kemudian kalian ingin mempraktekkan dengan menggunakan storytelling, kalian juga bisa melakukan penelitian eksperimen. Ada 2 kelas. Kelas yang satu pakai storytelling di kelas speaking, sementara yang satunya tidak pakai storytelling, pakai metode biasa. Itu disebut penelitian eksperimen. You see? Ternyata dengan variabel saja yang disampaikan oleh dia tadi, kalian punya opsi membuat 4 skripsi yang berbeda-beda. Itulah ya. Jadi orang tuh semakin kenal penelitian, sebenarnya semakin banyak tema dan topik yang bisa digarap. Pertanyaannya adalah kalian bagaimana caranya mengeksplor diri kalian, berkenalan dengan beberapa variabel dalam TEFL atau yang lainnya. Oke, sehingga nanti bisa dipraktekkan. Nah, saya harap jika kalian tidak melakukan CAR, nanti kalian bisa mengambil inspirasi dari salah satu teman kalian yang ada di kelas ini. Keren sekali seandainya ada yang meneliti tentang podcast. Keren banget kalau ada yang meneliti dalam bentuk storytelling. Keren banget kalau ada yang meneliti dalam bentuk free writing. Keren banget kalau ada yang meneliti dalam bentuk reciprocal teaching strategi. Itu keren semua. Teaching strategi yang ditampilkan kawan-kawan hari ini itu sangat keren semua. Jadi kalau dalam bentuk penelitian itu menjadi sangat bagus. Nah, begitu kira-kira. Jadi ilmunya sangat banyak dan tambah banyak. Tinggal nanti pilihannya mau yang mana terserah kalian. Menjadi aneh kalau nggak punya topik ya untuk skripsi ya, karena topiknya sudah kaya loh di kelas ini. Tinggal diambil saja. Question, silakan kalau ada yang mau ditanyakan. Itu komentar dari saya untuk para presenter hari ini yang memang luar biasa semua. Jadi saya nggak bisa berkomentar untuk presentasi mereka ya. Kalau ada yang mau ditanyakan silakan.
Sir, boleh nggak kalau misalnya ada kita nggak nanya ke guru, nggak nanya ke siapapun, nggak observasi langsung, tapi cuman ngambil dari pengalaman kita, terus kita kait-kaitkan sama masalah sekarang.
Jadi orang penelitian CAR itu seperti orang sakit ya. Jadi kalau saya pusing, saya tidak bisa bangun, saya pingsan, maka ketika datang ke dokter saya dengan mudah ngomong ke dokter, "Dok, diri saya itu pusing, nggak bisa bangun, kayaknya berat. Gejala-gejalanya itu darah tinggi, Dok." Nah, begitu. Jadi itu pengalaman dari diri saya yang saya sampaikan ke dokter, sehingga dokter dengan mudah, "Oh, itu Bapak darah tinggi, nanti obatnya ini." Nah, itu ya. Sama dengan di teaching. Jadi kalau kita nggak ngambil pengalaman dari guru, dari orang lain boleh. Kalau pengalaman kita sendiri, asal nggak boleh dikarang. Asal kita benar-benar masuk ke kelas tersebut, masuk ke dalamnya, nanyain muridnya, wawancara muridnya, tes muridnya, amati muridnya, terserah. Tapi real, masuk ke kelas, dan kita mengamati mereka bermasalah atau tidak. Boleh menggunakan pengalaman pribadi. Boleh kalau kalian nanti PPL, ternyata ketemu banyak kesulitan, boleh dilanjut menjadi dalam bentuk penelitian CAR. Nanti latar belakangnya dijelaskan. Based on my own observation, in the class ... junior high school, senior high school, terserah, kondisinya seperti ini. Oke, boleh ya Risa ya, asal tidak dikarang ya, silakan. Yang lain? Yang lain? Sudah? Masih ada lagi yang mau ditanyakan? Saya harap minggu depan lebih keren ya penampilannya ya. Tapi harus banyak hunting ya, karena nggak boleh ngulang ya. Usahakan jangan ngulang ya untuk yang grup berikutnya, karena hari ini sangat bagus sekali. Usahakan sama ya kualitasnya dengan grup hari ini. Kita coba kasih plus untuk Diki ya. Diki hari ini luar biasa menurut saya ya. kita applause untuk Diki. Ya yang lainnya juga bagus, tapi Diki wabil khusus paling bagus hari ini. Bukan paling bagus ya, paling kelihatan bagus ya, paling apa ya, paling berbeda begitu ya Diki. Yang lain? Kalau ada yang mau ditanyakan? Kalau ada yang mau ditanyakan, silakan.
Nitip pesan boleh kasar buat kelompok. Jangan
Ya,
terlalu
boleh.
bagus, nanti kelompok 4 keteteran.
Ya betul. Ya. Berarti nggak boleh terlalu bagus ya. Jadi
Apalagi kelompok 5 terakhir.
ya dijelek-jelekkan aja ya, supaya yang belakangan nggak terbebani ya. Ya oke. Ya boleh nanti diomongkan secara adat aja dengan teman-teman yang mau maju ya, itu ya. If there is no question, I think it's enough. Banyakin buka skripsinya orang lain, tesisnya orang lain, tesis terutama ya. Biasanya tesis itu lebih keren, biasanya lebih luas, lebih baru, artikel juga, supaya kalian ketemu ya metode teknik yang unik. Selain storytelling, mungkin nanti akan ketemu yang lain, debate, presentasi, simulasi, dan seterusnya. Free writing, guided writing, mind mapping writing, dan seterusnya, banyak sekali. Podcast, videocast, YouTube, dan seterusnya. Banyak sekali ya, banyak sekali teknik metode yang bisa dipraktikkan dalam pengajaran bahasa Inggris di luar sana. Oleh karena itu, silakan baca jurnal online sebanyak-banyaknya. Thank you for your participation and great presentation for today. I hope that the next group, the next presenter will be better in doing presentation and make you have broad knowledge about TEFL and prepare yourself writing your thesis. Thank you. I'll see you next week. Goodbye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Stay healthy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I will end this slide. Thank you, everyone.